Firstly, you need a Excel software to do this thing and few results to go with. At least one running code you should have. And then you can go to new, select a blank workbook. Today we are going to see how to compare two parameters, how to plot, how to fit an equation and give a statistical value to that. So let's see my labs course. We have 4 assistant. Whatever. So you will have different parameters, like if it is an image processing project, you will have different images, image data set. You have to run it through hundreds of images. If it is antenna design project, you have to change width, length parameters. If it is like communication project, you have to change modulation techniques, different modulation, calculate corresponding BERs and so on. So first you need to run your code on different things, then only you can start your analysis. At least two to start with. Then you have to put some numbers, like whatever is their scores. Now first simplest thing you can get from this is go to the insert and get its bar graph. So insert, here recommended charts will give bar graph is the best way to compare. Two bar graphs, something like this, how the performance decreases from topper to bot, whatever. So same thing you get with the bar graph, but this looks much more representative, line plot. So this is the first analysis, bar graph. Then again you can go to the formula sheet. So this is the bar graph. You can give titles, you can change colors by doing clicking this, double clicking. This formatting will come here. You will select different colors if you want, fill color, whatever you want to change, borders if you want to change. So all the editing options will be available here. Solid colors if you want to give, you just select it from the colors. So all the options will come here. If you want to switch row and column, you can do it from here. If you want to choose a layout, so these are the quick layouts for the graph. Generally the layout which is at the last has most information, and the first one is the simplest layout. So you try to choose correct layout from this. You can change color themes directly from the graphs. If it is a black and white paper you are going to publish in, you can choose something like very black and white. This is grayscale chart. Next thing you can get from this is firstly average value, which you can just do it by just selecting the 4 numbers. यहाँ पे नीचे लिख के आ जाएगा what is the average value or not. So guess I clicked on something else. Now if you have console installed, you can directly get your results from console. You have direct connectivity with Excel to export the result into the console. Then you have different sub bars here where you can check the sales for one and sales for another, etc. from these tables. So here you will see average at the bottom and count here sum. तो तीन चीजें डायरेक्टली आ जाती है. Then to get some important numbers, you have to type something called as equal to std. Now standard deviation is what we calculate. Standard deviation of 4 numbers, 2 numbers, whatever. So this is the error bar that you get. There is no practical study without any error bar, so you must have an error bar. Then you can select different values to get the standard number. Start to end, you select and press enter. So this is the standard error that they have. Again, so standard deviation is what you calculate and the average value. Now again for average value, double click on this and just type E V and नीचे average करके directly आ जाता है. So here you can get standard error plus average of the two quantities. Now Once you have average and standard error, you can plot them. Now how to plot them? You directly plot the value, don't give it for error. So go to insert. Again you have different options to plot. So here you always choose this scatter plot. So you have two values right now. Now we will see how to fit a curve for these two and how to give an error bar, corresponding error bars for this. So once you click on these data points, some option will open. Inside this, go to this addition, something add, like tool. Here you will see error bars. Now you can give standard error bars in X and Y direction, but it is not logically correct. So you can add standard error, you can go for more options. You can give standard deviation as a error bar. Now you don't need horizontal error bar in both cases. You won't have horizontal error change it for a vertical error bar. Then what you can give is like fixed value. You cannot create a zero error on your control because you don't have any. So most so again I have to do something. You select the 4, go to the insert, go to the scatter plot. Now here these are the two options, without plotting, with plotting. Now when to fit a curve, if it is a smooth fit. Now how will I make sure that this is a smooth fit? First you select this second option, let it fit a curve, go to the layout. Now here you search for this FX term. Now in this FX you will see this is a linear fit, what it has tried to do. Okay, and this is the values what we are interested in. So this is linear fit, so y equal to mx plus c will be the formula, and this slope point formula will automatically give you slope and corresponding error. This is zero error. Now here this number is very important, this r square, it's called regression constant. The r square has to be 1 if it is a perfect fit, but for a good fit it is above zero point 0.9. For a average fit it's 0.8, and if it is not fit at all it goes below 0.8. So r square is what is important in your papers. Whenever you write if this fits with the equation, in the bracket you have to mention what is the regression equation that you have, r square. Now this is one of the tests, r square. Now some other tests that they give you directly available are t-test, chi-square test. Okay, so these two numbers you can directly get from your data. Now again select your data like you have done earlier, and here you can go for analysis. You can do a scenario manager, goal seek based analysis, or if you know the formula how to get, first thing the simplest is to calculate the variance. How to calculate the variance? First you average the four numbers, so average is 6. So make another column which has entry 6. Pull it down. Once you click and pull it from here, the 6 will be copied to all the values. Now you get an error, actual error, not standard error. So equal to average value minus the current value. So here whomsoever will be in negative is above average, whomsoever is in positive is below average. Because I have subtracted the average में से जो भी value है, तो जो भी negative दिखा रहे ये दो student above average है, ये दो student below average है. Now how to calculate the, so this is about actual error calculation. Now how to get the variance? वेरिएंस के लिए तुमको एरर स्क्वायर करना होता है, तो ये जो भी वैल्यू है इसका स्क्वायर निकालो. सो इक्वल टू द प्रीवियस the current term into again the current term. Clear? So this is how you will get variance. This is the variance, and what will be the standard deviation? equal to root of, so here you can type I guess sqrt square root of, तो कुछ इस तरह से plot is for the entire data set. Then you can do sub analysis कि there are many different options available for each number. When to choose pie, when to choose box plot, when to choose web plot, that is up to you. जो भी अच्छा दिखे वो यूज कर लो. ज़्यादा स्टैटिस्टिकल चार्ज ये बॉक्स प्लॉट में होता है, सो कुछ इस तरह से प्लॉट से कोई सेंस नहीं बनता. So this is wrong plot for this. So you should always have a sense about what you are plotting and is there any information coming out of this plot. You can have fancy 3D bubbles. So whatever plot you choose, it should make some sense. So you should have two data series to start with, and then you can have multiple plots together. So this is a common plot of actual scores versus how they deviate from the standard deviation. Then you have different, again you can change different layouts for that. Layout with naming you can do, etc, etc. Clear with this? So these are the basic few important things you can do. You can do sorting from here, largest to smallest, smallest to largest, depending upon what you have. You can do conditional formatting here, मतलब जो एक वैल्यू के ऊपर है, जैसे एवरेज के ऊपर वाले लाल कर दो, एवरेज से नीचे वाले ग्रीन कर दो, वो यहाँ पे ऑप्शन होता है, conditional formatting. Then most of the analysis is in this data. So data validation, here you have different validation points. Now most of the test Excel has chi-square के लिए, so you just try to type it directly. If it is not available, you can just search से subroutine मिल जाता है आपको बस how to get that value. So this is about doing analysis, and once you have this plot, actually these plots with correct formatting should go into your papers. Clear? It has nothing to do with your actual output. You should have at least ME प्रोजेक्ट में चैप्टर 5 जो रिजल्ट्स है वो इस तरह से ग्राफ से भरा होना चाहिए. सिर्फ कोड रन हो रहा है उसका स्क्रीनशॉट मार के डाला तो दैट डजंट मेक सेंस. क्लियर? At least 5 parameters, 10 parameters. Ideally it will be greater than 30, but कुछ स्टडीज में सिर्फ QPS के, VPS के, AS के जैसे कंपैरिजन हो रहा है तो उसमें 3 ही ग्राफ आएंगे. क्लियर? हाँ, doesn't matter. You can see this is positive negative graph. You can go to insert. Now always try to see what is the recommended chart. So Excel itself will suggest you what is the best chart for this data. And
no problem in case of S parameter.
Yes, positive negative doesn't make any difference. And if you want to plot absolute, there is a function directly equal to I guess ABS function है तो absolute value निकाल के लेता है वो. So you can use ABS.
So above x-axis.
So this is in the negative still is above x-axis. Clear? You are not losing any information on this. Or else what you can do is calculate the minimum and add that minimum to all the values, called normalization. So how to do normalized plots, that I will show you if this video permits me to do that. तो ये जो ग्राफ है ये पॉजिटिव टू नेगेटिव में जा रहा है, इसको नॉर्मलाइज कैसे करना है वो सीख लेते हैं अगर ये वीडियो रुके नहीं तो. Okay. So we will try to normalize one graph at least so that it's clear to all. First thing, normalization का first rule है कि सब वैल्यू 0 to पॉजिटिव नंबर के बीच में होने चाहिए. यहाँ पे नेगेटिव लोएस्ट कितना है -4. उसको पॉजिटिव 0 बनाने के लिए आपको इस नंबर में उतना उसका पॉजिटिव वैल्यू ऐड करना है नेगेटिव लोएस्ट का। सो दिस इज इक्वल टू ये नंबर E1 प्लस 4। ये 4 क्यों आया, प्लस क्यों आया, नेगेटिव था नंबर। अगर पॉजिटिव में होता है चारों नंबर, जैसे इस केस में 16 16 9 9, तो उसमें मुझे -9 करना पड़ता। तो प्लस या माइनस डिपेंड करता है ये नंबर वैल्यू पॉजिटिव है या निगेटिव है। और वैल्यू जो है वो अभी निगेटिव है तो निगेटिव का मैक्सिमम लेना पड़ता है। अगर पॉजिटिव है तो ये जस्ट नीचे खींच दो और यहाँ पे -4 था। सो 0 to 8 के बीच में आ गए सारे नंबर। क्लियर। तो ये सारे नंबर पॉजिटिव करने का तरीका है, नेगेटिव मैक्सिमा को ऐड कर दो या फिर पॉजिटिव मिनिमा को सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो। क्लियर। नेगेटिव मैक्सिमा यू ऐड, पॉजिटिव मिनिमा यू सब्ट्रैक्ट। नाउ हाउ टू डू नॉर्मलाइजेशन। नॉर्मलाइज करने के लिए पहले मैक्सिमा ढूंढो, अपने केस में 8 है तो ये सारे वैल्यू को इक्वल टू जो भी वैल्यू है डिवाइडेड बाय मैक्सिमा। ऑब्वियसली 0 डिवाइडेड बाय मैक्सिमा विल गिव यू 0। और ये नॉर्मलाइज वैल्यू हमेशा 0 और 1 के बीच में रहेंगे। तो इफ यू वांट टू कंपेयर टू नॉन स्पेसिफिक क्वांटिटीज, इट ऑलवेज हैज टू बी नॉर्मलाइज्ड एंड देन कंपेयर्ड। जैसे मेरा एक गेन है 32 और अलग अलग पॉइंट्स है मेरे, दूसरा गेन है 24 और अलग अलग पॉइंट है, तो उनको कंपेयर करना सही नहीं है। यू बोथ हैव टू नॉर्मलाइज एट 1 0 to 1 में लाओ और देन यू कंपेयर। सारे ग्राफ्स में भी ऐसे ही करते हैं। और यहाँ पे एक्स एक्सिस पे लिखना होता है, वाई एक्सिस पे नॉर्मलाइज्ड वैल्यूज। तो जब भी वैल्यू 0 और 1 के बीच में आ जाती है दैट इज कॉल्ड नॉर्मलाइज्ड वैल्यूज। डीनॉर्मलाइजेशन मतलब 1 is 8 आई नो, सो इसका डीनॉर्मलाइजेशन कैन लीड यू बैक टू दिस टेबल। एग्जैक्टली रिवर्स प्रोसेस करो, मतलब मैक्सिमा से पहले मल्टीप्लाई कर लो एंड देन नेगेटिव मैक्सिमा ऐड कर लो, या सब डिपेंड करता है। क्लियर। सो दिस इज हाउ यू नॉर्मलाइज द ग्राफ।